Hello again, and welcome back for another edition of Movies Our Kids Won't Watch.
I'm Charlene O'Neill, along with my husband Bill, and we have a treat for you this week. Is it a treat? It's kind of serious.
Well, it's a change of pace for us. We usually do screwball comedies, we do romantic comedies, we do the movies that we love best.
Yeah.
Today, we thought we would share with you our favorite dramas. Now, these are not movies that we watch all the time, although I would say once or twice a year I watch at least two of them. One of them I don't. I'll explain why in a minute.
Okay.
How about you? Do you watch yours all the time again?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Why is that?
Because we tend to look for comedies when we're looking for a movie at night. We're not looking for a serious movie. We want a comedy. So.
Well, the movies we have for you today are iconic.
Mm-hmm.
These are big-time Oscar-winning movies, and they are very, very good. I highly recommend them.
And that's exactly what I was going to say, is that these are movies I would definitely recommend. If you've never seen them, take a look at them.
And if you have seen them, watch them again.
Or for the first time, because my first movie is 1939, Gone with the Wind. Have you ever seen it?
This is an embarrassing moment for me. Gone with the Wind is a movie that I should have seen.
Yeah.
And I have seen bits and pieces. I have never sat down and watched, 3.5 hours?
It is 3.5 hours. In fact, it's almost 4 hours. And I know that is way over your limit there, but...
Well, but I feel embarrassed because we are movie people.
I know.
We have a podcast dedicated to movies. And yet here is a major film that I really have never watched in total.
But you've seen bits and pieces.
I have. I know the general gist.
The general gist. Based on a novel from 1936 by Margaret Mitchell. I've read the book at least 5 times.
I've never read the book.
She was the Pulitzer Prize winner in 1937 for this novel. The movie stars Clark Gable as Rhett Butler. He's so handsome. Vivian Leigh as Scarlett O'Hara, who is fabulous. This movie is set in the South, like just a couple days before Civil War breaks out, during the war, and then after in Reconstruction. It's a visually compelling movie, and that's why I want everybody to see it. There are some scenes in this movie that are they did this in 1939. To think about that. There's a movie scene of Atlanta burning.
Ooh.
That is so wonderful. I mean, it's bad, it's wonderful. And then there's also a scene that I always remember, and it's where all these Confederate soldiers are laying in the Peachtree Street, downtown Atlanta, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of men laying in the street, wounded soldiers after the war. So it's visually compelling, but it's the relationship between Scarlett and Rhett that, of course, is all about the movie.
Yeah.
And the clip that we have for you is Scarlett going to ask Rhett for money because she needs money to rebuild Tara. And he's the only person that she knows who survived the war with money. But the scene that's leading right up to it, everybody should know, because it is Scarlett needs a new dress to go see Rhett. So she goes into Tara. She sees these green velvet curtains hanging on the wall. She needs a new gown. She rips them down. And the next scene, you see her walking in to see Rhett in this beautiful green velvet gown. And if you haven't seen that clip, you at least know the Carol Burnett clip.
I was going to say, I have seen the Carol Burnett version of that.
This is what you're going to remember, because Carol Burnett does the whole thing too, but she comes down the stairs wearing the green velvet curtains with the curtain rod in it.
That is a great
So everybody knows. But anyway, that's the whole scene that leads up to our clip.
What is it you want? I had important things to do. Would you mind satisfying my curiosity on a point which has bothered me for some time?
Well, what is it? Be quick.
Tell me, Snow. Do you ever shrink from marrying men you don't love?
How did you ever get out of jail? Why didn't I hang you?
Oh, that dumbest trouble. There's nothing much the money won't buy. I observe it's even bought you the honor of Mr. Willis.
Well, you still here to ask your women. You know, I believe you're jealous of him.
You still think you're the femme of the county, don't you? That you're the cutest little trick in shoe leather, and that every man you meet is dying of love for you.
Let me buy.
You don't be angry, Scarlett. Tell me, where are you going?
Going out to the mill, have you been with your liver?
Through Shady Town alone? Haven't you been told that it's dangerous to drive alone through all that riffraff?
Don't worry about me. I can shoot straight. I don't have to shoot too far.
This movie had 8 Oscars, 8 Oscar wins. Clark Gable wasn't one of them.
Huh.
He did not win. He lost to Jack Costco for Goodbye, Mr. Chips that year.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
No.
Vivian Leigh won. Hattie McDaniel won. Hattie McDaniel plays, one of the maids in Tara. She was the first African American nominated for an Oscar and the first African American to win the Oscar. And Victor Fleming won for Best Director. It was a Best Picture movie, and it was up against Wizard of Oz that same year. What a year!
What a
year
year.
for
Year.
movies. I actually took our daughter Samantha to see this movie at Carolina Theater, and that's exactly how I'd recommend you see it on a big screen like that.
Yeah.
And the other thing about this movie, we have a friend who went to the premiere of this movie in 1939. She was just a little girl, obviously.
She's still around today.
She's still around today, and she told me all about how wonderful it was. They took the train from New York to go to Atlanta. Clark Gable was there, Vivian Leigh was there, everybody was there. All right, Billy, what's your first movie?
All right. So my number one film that I want to share with you today comes from 1954. This is an iconic blockbuster movie, 12 Oscar nominations, 8 wins, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress. This was a great, great movie. And for me, for my money, it is Marlon Brando's greatest role. It is On the Waterfront from 1954. Elia Kazan was the director. He won the Oscar for that. Marlon Brando, though, I could have been a contender.
Everybody knows that line.
Everybody knows that whole scene. This is just a very powerful movie, and it's, I hate to admit, one I do not watch time and time again because it is very, very depressing movie. This movie comes from a newspaper article, a series of articles written in I think it was the New York Sun back in 1949, something like that. Won the Pulitzer Prize for reporting. It was all about the longshoreman and the mobster connection connected to it. And this went on several years later, 5 years later. It was turned into this movie On the Waterfront. And after those articles and this movie came out, the AFL-CIO literally kicked out the Longshoremen Union in New York because it was all run by the mafia and they didn't want to have that connection anymore. But what a fabulous, fabulous movie. It has Carl Malden as the Catholic priest, plays a great role. Eva Marie Saint, this is her film debut, and she wins an Oscar. You got to love that. She is just
I didn't
fabulous.
know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't sure that it was her. She'd done a couple of things, TV and whatnot, but this is her film debut.
Wow.
And boy, oh boy, to start out with a movie this powerful. So we gave you the line, I could have been the contender. It happens in the back of a car. Actually, I think it's supposed to be a cab. And it's Marlon Brando and one of my other favorite actors, Rod Steiger. Rod Steiger plays Marlon's brother. And here is Marlon Brando in the back of a car with Rod Steiger. Marlon Brando is a longshoreman. He's also an ex-boxer. And it didn't quite work out for him. And here he is blaming his brother, Rod Steiger.
It wasn't him, Charlie. It was you. You remember that night when God and you came down my dressing room and said, "Kid, this ain't your night. We're going for a price on Wilson." You remember that? This ain't your night. My night, I could have taken Wilson apart. So what happens? He gets the title shot outdoors in a ballpark, and what do I get? A one-way ticket to Manuka-Mill. You was my brother, Charlie. You should have looked down for me a little bit. You should have taken care of me just a little bit so we wouldn't have to take them dimes or the short end money. Well, I had some bets down for you. You saw some money. You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
So in his autobiography, Marlon Brando really did not think he did well in this
Oh, really?
movie. when they had a screening of it,
Mhm.
he literally got up and walked out without saying a
Wow.
word. Wrote that he was embarrassed about how,
Really?
when he saw himself on the screen doing this role, how he could think this is not a great role for him. I just don't get. But he said he was embarrassed and he walked out of the thing.
Aw.
But what a great, great job that he did in this movie. He was the youngest Academy Award winner for the lead role at 30 years of age. He lost that title a couple of years later to Richard Dreyfuss. Eventually, it was younger than him. But at that time, Marlon Brando was the youngest Academy Award winner ever.
Wow.
And what a wonderful. Actually, he says he's 29. I thought he was 30. No. He was
Not a lot of difference.
not a lot of difference there. So again, a movie that I can recommend wholeheartedly from 1954 on the waterfront. Elia Kazan is the director, Marlon Brando. This, I think, I know a lot of people will say Streetcar Named Desire is
Mm,
probably a better role. Maybe it is, but his scene in the back of that car,
yeah.
whoa, that was powerful. So what do you got up next?
My next movie is from 1951, The African Queen,
Oh, what a great movie.
with Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn, directed by John Huston. And this is a visually compelling movie,
Yeah.
one that you just have to see. Katharine Hepburn plays a spinster missionary whose brother was killed in World War One in Africa.
Ooh.
And she needs Sea Captain Humphrey Bogart to get her off the island where she is. And they go down this river, and just the scenes in this river. There's one scene where they come out and they're covered with leeches.
Yeah.
And they're picking leeches off each other. Oh my God. Then they see this German warboat, this German gunboat, it's called. And Katharine Hepburn convinces Humphrey Bogart to blow it up.
God.
So they try to. And it doesn't work. They try to do the torpedoes, they go off, whatever. They're pulled on board and they're going to be executed by the gunboat captain. The clip we have for you is the scene where Humphrey Bogart,
Don't give it away.
I won't give it away, but they realize that they had a contentious relationship before, and now they realize that maybe they're in love, which is, what makes this movie work, I guess.
Oh,
But
definitely.
it's very depressing. The whole it's very depressing, but it's very serious.
Yeah.
There's no comedy to it whatsoever. Anyway, listen to this clip.
But if that is the last request, what is it? Marry us. Thus? We want to get married. Ship captains can do that, can't they? Yeah.
Hi, Charlie. You're nothing hurt here.
What kind of craziness is this? Oh, come on, Captain. It'll only take a minute. It'll mean such a lot to the lady. Very well, if you wish it, absolutely. What are the names again? Charles.
Rosa.
Rose. Do you, Charles, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife? Yes, sir. Do you, Rose, take this man to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
By the authority vested in me by Kaiser William II, I pronounce you man and wife. Proceed with the execution.
So Humphrey Bogart won the Oscar for leading actor in this movie. Katharine Hepburn was nominated, but she lost to Vivian Leigh in Streetcar Named Desire. Streetcar Named Desire won everything that year.
Yeah.
And this is actually a movie that our kids have watched. This was our daughter-in-law Kate's grandma and grandpa's favorite movie. And so she told Sean and Kate they had to watch it. And they did, and they liked it. It's,
How can you not like
it's a
it?
movie that they watched, but I don't know if any of our other kids have ever seen this movie.
Two superstar actors, Bogart and Hepburn, put those together, you can't miss in a movie, can you?
No, you can't.
I don't
You
think you can.
can't. And I think that's really what we want to do, is keep promoting these movies, though, to the kids. I think about the class that you just taught, and your kids watched All the President's Men
Yeah, they'd never
in
seen
that
it.
movie. And, if we can keep that going, let's keep these old movies going.
Some good ones out there.
Oh, there's wonderful movies.
And
And what's your next one?
my next one is from 1960, Inherit the Wind.
Mm.
What a great movie. If you've not seen Inherit the Wind, you're really missing something because, again, it has two major stars, Spencer Tracy and Frederick March. They are just so strong in this movie. This is about the Scopes monkey trial back in Tennessee in the 1920s. A teacher, a high school teacher, was teaching about evolution, and it was against the law in Tennessee back in the 1920s. It is not against the law today, in case you were wondering. So this poor guy, who's played, by the way, by the guy who played Darren on Bewitched,
Oh, yeah.
Dick York.
Dick York. Oh,
He
yeah.
plays the character here. But
Oh,
this movie
Yeah.
is really all about Spencer Tracy and Frederick March. They are so strong in this thing. Here's the weird part. 4 Oscar nominations, no wins.
they didn't win anything.
They didn't win anything. And when you watch this movie, it's
Oh.
like, how did Spencer Tracy not win the Oscar? How did Frederick March not win the Oscar? And they just don't win it. I just don't get how that's possible. Spencer Tracy plays the role of Clarence Darrow, who at the time was the biggest attorney in the entire country. He's defending Darren, or Dick York, who's playing the role of John Scopes. And Frederick March is playing William Jennings Bryant, who's a big-time preacher, ran for president, I think more than once even. Didn't
Really?
win. Yeah, he played that
gosh.
role, and he does it so well. You know, the wife in this movie, I wonder if I have her name, was actually married to Frederick March in real life.
Really?
They played a couple in the movie. They were a couple in real life. So, and anyhow, this is a scene from the courtroom. This is a hot, sweaty courtroom in the Deep South, in the summertime. And you could see, by the way, Harry Morgan, who's the guy from MASH?
Harry.
Harry, he's the judge. And it's amazing because he looks the same age there as he does years later when he's doing MASH and everything. The guy never looked young. He always
Yeah.
looked the
Yeah,
same
you
age.
did. You really did.
But here is a great scene from the courtroom. Again, this is Spencer Tracy and Frederick March from Inherit the Wind.
I demand to know the purpose of Mr. Drummond's examination. What they tried to do.
I tell you what, I don't. He wants to destroy everybody's belief in the Bible and in God.
That's not true. You know it. The Bible is a book. It's a good book, but it is not the only book.
It is the revealed word of the Almighty God. Hey, to the man who wrote the Bible. How do you know that God didn't speak to Charles Darwin? I know because God tells me to oppose the evil teachings of that man.
God speaks to you?
Yes.
He tells you where it's right and wrong?
Yes, you act accordingly, yes. So you, Matthew Harrison Brady, through oratory or legislature or whatever, you pass on Bob favors to the rest of the world. Now, meet the Papa from Nebraska. That's the way you think. That's the way you think. God tells Brady what is good. To be against Brady is to be against God. Man is a creator. Then what is Buckner Cates doing in a Hillsborough jail? Supposing Mr. Cates had the influence and the lung power to railroad through the state legislature a law saying that only Darwin could be taught in the schools. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. There is only one great truth in the world. The gospel. The gospel according to Brady.
In case you were wondering, in real life, Mr. Scopes, the high school teacher, he was fined $100 when he lost this case in court. So, big time deal, $100. Although I'm
Oh.
sure $100 back then for a school teacher was nothing to sneeze at. If you're wondering, do you know what Inherit the Wind means?
I do not. I never even thought about it.
So I had to look it up because I was not sure. I had an idea, but I
Oh, it's
wasn't
from
sure.
the Bible.
It is from the Bible. It is from the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 29. Quote, he that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind. Meaning, you cause trouble at home, you're going to end up with nothing.
Yeah.
Florence Eldridge, by the way, was the woman who played Frederick March's
Oh.
wife in the movie, and they are married in real
Oh, for
life.
heaven's sakes.
The same courthouse that they used to shoot this movie in
Mhm.
was also used in To Kill a Mockingbird and a retake, the First in Flight movie on, That's what I didn't write it. This was the very first movie shown on a TWA airplane.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that pretty cool?
That's cool.
This movie was remade again in 1988, no, 1999, with Jack Lemmon and George C. Scott, two more major. And you know what? Have you seen that one?
I have not. Have you?
No, I must admit, I wasn't sure I even knew there was a remake.
I don't think I did either.
But I mean, I don't know how you could possibly beat the original.
Mm-mm.
And it's all because of those two actors. By the way, Gene Kelly is in this movie. He plays a newspaper reporter, H.L. Mencken, who was a famous journalist at the time for the Baltimore Sun. And he basically told the country what was going on in this courtroom. This is a big case, evolution being taught
Yeah.
down at a Southern school, and people were up in arms. Hey, should we be teaching creationism versus evolution? And heck, that debate is still going on in some quarters
That's
even
right.
today. So what a great, great movie. If you've never seen Inherit the Wind from 1960, go check it out. You will not be disappointed.
Well, so far I've seen your movies.
Thank goodness.
So my last movie is The Apartment,
Oh,
1960, Billy Wilder. It stars Shirley MacLaine and Jack Lemmon. And it's a serious movie. They call it a dark comedy, but I'm sorry, I don't think there's any comedy to this movie.
well, I think there's some.
S-
I think there's some
Well,
comedy in here.
There might be one scene where he uses a tennis racket to drain his spaghetti, which is how he really did it in real life. So, I mean, that was like a real scene. But it was shot in black and white in 1960, which was kind of unusual. As I said, it stars Jack Lemmon. He's C.C. Baxter. He works in an insurance company. Shirley MacLaine is Fran Kubelik. She is the elevator operator in the building. And this movie also stars Fred McMurray as Chef Gerald Drake, who's president, or he's a personnel director. He's a big head honcho. And he's a bad guy in this movie. Fred McMurray, my three sons' dad.
Hard to believe.
He got so much grief for this movie. Afterwards, he said the women would come up to him and say nasty things to him. One lady actually hit him over the head with her purse. She was so upset with him because of this movie. But
Yeah.
So you should watch it just for Fred McMurray's
It's a sign that
performance.
he is a fabulous actor.
It is. He did a really good job in
Yeah,
this
he
movie,
did.
right? So Jack Lemmon has an apartment, the apartment, close to the insurance agency where they work. He thinks he's going to get ahead in his job by letting the executives use his apartment for their afternoon trysts with their mistresses. And guess what? It works. It did work. The clip we have for you shows Jack Lemmon getting his first office in this building. It's on the 14th floor or something. I'm sorry, I don't think I have the exact floor number correct,
okay.
but moving up anyway. Shirley MacLaine comes to see him, and I'll tell you what the big thing is after you see the clip.
Okay.
Okay? Show the clip. Listen to the clip. Do something with the clip.
I'd better get back to my elevator. I'm going to be fine.
You don't have to worry about that. I got quite a bit of influence personnel. You know Mr. Sheldrake?
Why?
Well, he and I are like that. He sent me a Christmas card. See? Come on.
Takes a true picture.
I thought maybe I'd put in a word for you with Mr. Sheldrake, get you a little promotion. How would you like to be an elevator starter?
I'm afraid there are too many girls around here with seniority over me.
No problem. Well, discuss it sometime over the holidays. I can call you and pick you up. We have a big unveiling. Are you sure this is the right way to wear this?
I think so. Here.
I don't think it's tilted a little too much. I mean, after all, this is a concern for the firm. I want people to come and entertain.
What's the matter?
With the mirror, it's broken.
Yes, I know. I like it that way. Makes me look the way I feel.
The whole thing about this clip is that Shirley MacLaine takes out her compact, and it has a crack in it.
In the mirror.
It has a crack in the mirror. Jack Lemmon recognizes that compact as one that was left behind
In
by
his-
one of the
in
mistresses
his apartment.
in his apartment.
Yeah.
So he figures out who she's sleeping with in the company, and it's Fred McMurray,
The big boss.
the big boss, right? Uh, I like this movie. I really do like this movie. I think it's one that you need to see. Um, just the actors do such a great
They
job.
do a great
Jack
job.
Lemmon in this movie is fabulous. Shirley MacLaine is fabulous. There's another scene that's kind of serious, and it's about Shirley MacLaine realizes that Fred McMurray is never going to leave his wife. And I'll tell you, I think I think about this, it's one of the saddest scenes. They're at a Christmas party for the insurance office, and Shirley MacLaine gives Fred McMurray this gift that she's thoughtfully thought of and probably saved for because she doesn't make much money. And he's there and he goes, "Oh, well, I didn't have time to get you anything." He pulls out his wallet and gives her $100, like she's a hooker or something. To me, oh my God, I could just bawl when I think about that scene. But this movie won 5 Oscars. One for Best Director, Billy Wilder; Best Picture; Best Screenplay, Billy Wilder; Best Film Editing; Best Art Direction. Jack and Shirley were nominated but didn't win. They did not win. They won BAFTA awards for the movies and Golden Globes and things like that. I wonder if this was the first time, though, that anybody thought, can you call this a Christmas movie? This movie is set at Christmas time
Yeah.
because that's where they have this whole scene with the office, Christmas party and all that. This is, I think, before, is Die Hard a Christmas
No.
movie?
The answer is no. by
The
the
answer
way.
is no. I don't think The Apartment is
I
a
don't-
Christmas
I don't
movie
either.
either. But Shirley MacLaine and Jack Lemmon do end up celebrating or spending time at Christmas together.
They do.
So there's the Christmas connection. So I like that.
We watch that movie once a year.
We do.
It
At
is
Christmas
very
time.
well done.
I
At
think
Christmas time,
I think
probably.
TCM puts it on at Christmas time.
Well, my final movie is from 1967. Let me set this up because in 1967, something was going on in Hollywood. Listen to the list of movies they made in 1967. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
Mm.
Oh, you know that one. Cool Hand Luke. Paul Newman at his best, I think. The Dirty Dozen, one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. Bonnie and Clyde, The Graduate, In Cold Blood,
Oh my
and
God.
Dr. Dolittle. All of these movies or at least were up for the awards in 1967, and they all lost to this movie. 1967, In the Heat of the Night. What a powerful, powerful movie. The director is Norman Jewison. Sidney Poitier and Rod Steiger are the stars. This movie had 7 Oscar nominations, won 5, and Rod Steiger was one of the winners. Best screenplay, too. Sterling Sylvan. There's also the music in here is from Quincy Jones and Ray Charles. Quincy
Really?
Jones wrote In the Heat of the Night. Ray Charles performed it. This is such a powerful
I
movie.
did not know that.
This whole movie takes place in a small southern town in Mississippi. There's been a murder. The wealthy entrepreneur had come to town to build a factory and create a lot of jobs. He's murdered one night. And a deputy finds Sidney Poitier standing, waiting for the train, and he arrests him. What evidence?
No.
Nothing. Brings him in to be the sheriff, who's played by Rod Steiger. Rod Steiger chewed 200 packs of gum in this one. The director wanted him to chew gum, so he adopted that. They did that in the movie. So he brings him in, and what do they find out? Did you look at his ID? Well, no, Chief, I didn't. He opens up the wallet, and he's a police officer. Sidney Poitier was on his way back home to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, when he gets picked up for a murder that he obviously didn't commit. And they find out he's a police officer. Not only is he a police officer, he is Philadelphia's #1 homicide detective. And they want him to stay down there, help out this small town, figure out their murder case. Here is a scene in the office where Rod Steiger and Sidney Poitier talking about a little piece of evidence in that case.
Bird's here, Chief. He thinks that Harvey's innocent.
Well, I've been down. Could I talk to you about it in private?
Well, you can't talk to me about it in private, Chief, because I got Coper's wallet right here in my hand. We took it from Harvey Overs. You don't think he gave it to him, do you?
I don't know. But Overs could have come along after the crime. Found it. Picked it.
That's what the boy said he did.
Not sure, man, but I said different. Well, when I examined the deceased, it was obvious that the fatal blow was struck from an angle of 17 degrees from the right, which makes it almost certain the person who did it is right hand.
So what? Well, Harvey's left-handed, Chief. But in town, Jose.
Yeah, that's what we figured out, Chief.
Harvey's a lefty.
Uh-huh.
Well, you're pretty sure of yourself, ain't you, Virgil? Virgil, that's a funny name for a big boy that comes from Philadelphia. What do they call you up there?
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
Mr. Tibbs. Mr. Wood, take Mr. Tibbs. Take him down to the depot and I need boy like now.
I have the FBI lab send you the report on this. Not that it'll make a difference.
So that line, "They call me Mr. Tibbs," became one of the most famous movie lines ever. I think it ranked up in the top 20 for all-time movie lines. It was a great line. And by the way, Mama Caleb in this movie, she also played Sidney Poitier's mother in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. She's the one who does the abortion. She's the
Yes.
abortionist in this movie.
Oh my goodness.
Bea Richards is her name.
Right.
Terrific actor, and kind of an unusual twist there
Yeah.
to have both of them going on that way.
Wow.
So mine are In the Heat of the Night, Inherit the Wind, and On the Waterfront.
And mine were The Apartment, The African Queen, and Gone with the Wind.
These are 6 movies, folks, that if you haven't seen, you really should check out. They're fabulous. They're on TCM all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't find them somewhere else, you'll find them eventually on TCM. Get your, call it a VHS anymore? VCR?
I have
Whatever you
one.
record it. Do you-
Yes, I do have my TV in the garage. I do.
So you'll see some great actors. We got Sidney Poitier, Rod Steiger.
You had 2 Rod Steiger,
Isn't that something?
and then we both had Jack Lemmon.
Both had Jack
oh
Lemmon.
my goodness.
Rod Steiger, for me, is so good in the Heat of the Night. He plays a small town Southern sheriff, and his relationship with Sidney Poitier in that movie was really, really
That
good.
was.
What a great film. And to beat out all those other great movies for the best picture, unbelievable.
I wonder why it is that one year we'll have like
All
5
those movies.
fabulous movies. Because even when, here's Clark Gable not winning that year for Gone with the Wind. And then do we even know the other movie? What was that other movie? Jack Cosgrove, Goodbye, Mr. Chips. Do we even know Goodbye, Mr. Chips? Do we know that movie? So
I mean, I know of it, but I can't say that I remember it.
I don't
I
remember.
don't think
it
it's on my
either.
playlist.
No.
But the thing about Rod Steiger winning the Best Actor, he's playing up against people like Spencer Tracy and Dustin Hoffman and Warren Beatty, and oh my goodness,
Yeah.
this is incredible.
You-
That's how good
You
he
love
was.
Rod Steiger though,
I do.
and I can't always pick him out in a movie.
No.
You'll go, do you know what that is? Do you know what that is? And I go, I have no idea. And I should say Rod Steiger every time
You
because
should.
it usually is Rod Steiger when you say that.
Well, what do we got coming up? Anything in your mind that we should do next?
So I thought about it.
Good, because I haven't.
Oh, really? I thought about it, and because one of the movies I thought to include in my list is A Star Is Born.
Uh-huh.
That movie. Did you know that movie has been remade 4 times?
Wow. And I haven't seen any of them.
I know. Another set of movies you've
Yeah.
never seen, but they all won Oscars every
Oh,
time.
right.
And the last 2, Barbara Streisand won the Oscar for the music, and this Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. I don't know if Bradley Cooper won, but Lady Gaga won for writing the
Oscar.
song
Mhm.
just for those movies. But they've all won Oscars every time they were remade, and they're
Okay.
all good. I think they're all really good.
Does this mean I have to watch it?
Yeah, Judy Garland, I think, is in the first one. That's good. It's really good. I think you'd like the Lady Gaga one.
Oh, I like Lady Gaga. Wow.
Yeah, so-
But I like Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
I like Judy. I mean, what's not to like here?
Yeah. Well, you like Barbara though for her comedies
I
more than
love her
anything.
comedies. I
'Cause
think
she's good.
I wish she had made more of them. She
Uh,
was so good.
I
On
wonder
it.
if she wishes she would have made more.
I don't know. Well, great. At least we have an idea of going
Yeah.
forward.
So we
Perhaps
should do
bring
remakes.
you A Star Is Born. That concludes our latest of movies
Movies
our
our kids
kids won't watch. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.